Ha 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 ha! That's hot. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and we're out here today at the monthly 2-gun action challenge match with a BAR. This is going to be this is chunky boy to run through the match today, but should be fun. I have not actually run a BAR through one of these myself, so naturally some World War II kit and the appropriate pistol to match with it will be a 1911A1. This is a Tisas. The BAR here is an Ohio Ordnance M1918A3 semi-auto BAR. It is a beautiful gun. Test fired it, checked the zero. The zero is perfect. And what I've opted to do today is go with the actually historically appropriate setting of leaving the bipod off, because it's a really heavy bipod and it's sort of only a vaguely useful bipod. So I took a look at today's stages when I got out here and went, you know what, that bipod's going to be more of a liability trying to shoot offhand than it's going to help me shooting prone, so we'll ditch it. There are a lot of period World War II pictures showing GIs having done the same thing. Now, I opted to keep the front sight hood and the flash hider cone. Some of the GIs did that. Some of them ditched that stuff as well. You can save a not insubstantial additional amount of weight by getting rid of that stuff too. So, we got 4 stages today. Let's see how it goes.
Are you ready, sir?
Here we go, ready.
Stand by.
All right, so there's 3 targets on this bay, a small one, a middle-sized one, and a full-sized one. And the catch here is you just have to hit all 3 in a row, but you have to get them in perfect sweeps. So you have to hit first shot, first hit on each of the 3. If you miss one, you have to start over. So we have to do this a total of 6 times, moving from left to right in shooting positions. And for this first batch, we're shooting from small target to large. You'll notice after that first shot, I immediately flipped up the rear sight there. That's because for me, that rear notch sight, when the things flip down, is very difficult to get a good sight picture with. The aperture is, for me at least, a lot easier to use, but it's also a pretty darn small aperture. And I had some issue here. As you can see, the targets are all in shadow. I have a little bit of issue sometimes finding the target within that very small aperture. So that's the first set of sweeps going from left to right. Now I'm going to go back the other direction. You see I missed one, so I have to start over. There's a hit, and there's a hit, and I'm being very careful on the small target, and there's a hit. Anyway, going back the second half of the stage here, we shoot from large down to small. Go ahead and do a pre-active reload. Just kind of automatically racked the action. Didn't think about the fact that there was still ammo in the mag, and so I still had a round chambered. But anyway, this is definitely easier prone and kneeling here because I'm able to support the gun. The last bit of the stage is going to be the hardest one because it's going to be offhand, starting with the big target. My last shot is going to be on that little mini silhouette. Can I make it? Yes, not too bad.
Here we go, boys.
Are you ready, sir?
Ready.
Stand by.
All right, second stage. This we're shooting from a series of sort of makeshift ports in this barricade. This is rather easier. All I have to do is hit each target once from each of the ports. Top, middle, bottom, middle, top again. However, and I had a miss there. However, you are limited to only 10 rounds in the rifle. So if you don't make all of the rifle hits, which I'm now guaranteed not to because I had a miss, the second half of the stage is hitting those targets with a pistol from in this barricade. And you can make up remaining rifle hits with the pistol when you're done with the rifle. So I'll be doing that here in a moment. This would be a really pretty darn easy stage. With a normal rifle, it's only having like an 18-pound rifle that makes it a bit more difficult. So set the rifle down, which I'm going to do very gingerly because it's a brand new, gorgeous BAR. And then I'll load up the pistol. I have 1 hit to make up through this port. And there it is. Now I initially figured like you have to make 3 hits on the big and 2 hits on the small target with the pistol. I figured I'd do them through the port, but then decided to stand up instead. And this the Tisas here is starting to give me trouble right from the beginning. Not entirely sure why. It just keeps locking open, not quite wanting to feed. The good news is every time it does it, just racking the slide fixes the issue. There's my third hit on the big target, locks open again, and now 2 on the small. There's 1 and number 2.
2 world wars.
Yeah, 2 world wars indeed. Ready.
Stand by.
This is on our long range stage, so this is about 180 yard shooting. Again, we have 2 targets down there. One is a Q, so sort of a mid-sized silhouette. One is a full-size silhouette. And we have to get 2 hits on each from between the bottom 2 stairs, and then 2 hits on each from between the top 2 stairs. Then we're going to run up to the barrel and repeat 4 total hits from each side of the barrel. This one, again, a little bit tricky, a little bit difficult finding and seeing the targets. The aperture is a godsend here. If it were just the rear notch sight, I think I'd be really pretty well screwed trying to make accurate shots from medium-ish range here with that notch. Frankly, the 1918, the original 1918 BAR had much better sights than the A2. The original one had the sights off a P17 Enfield. This essentially has the sights off a 1903 Springfield, and oof, man, they're not as good. Great for competition shooting, not so much for practical targets that are sort of dirt colored. There we go. I have completed all of the hits from back here. We're going to go ahead and do a proactive reload on the way up, sort of, more or less. And a lot of groaning going to be involved in this stage, going up and down. Check, make sure I have a round still chambered, which I do. And here we go. Now it is 4 more hits. The way we typically do these at 2-gun matches is no double taps allowed. So you hit the left, then the right, then the left, then the right. And the reason is just to maximize your practice at target acquisition. Double taps, essentially you get to kind of skip a step. Our par time here is 120 seconds. And yeah, I am not quite going to make it. I'm almost done here, and I just can't manage to hit the right side target from this side of the barrel. And there we go. So 5 targets not hit. All right, last stage, combined rifle and pistol. This is shooting at paper with no shoots in front of them from the shoulder with the BAR. So any hit on the no shoot, the guy with the hands there, is a 10-second penalty. We're required to have 2 hits on each paper target. Spoiler here, I had 1 round on the 3rd paper target that went low, hit the hostage. So that means I was short a hit on the bad guy and I had a hit on the hostage, so 2 penalties. Then from each window and the door, we have to cycle that mini Mozambique target. So you hit the head and it goes down or bounces back up like the last shot if you're using a 45. When you hit the center, it resets the head. Here we go. Pistol locks open on me again. I'm trying to be really careful here, take my time and get good hits, which mostly works. It's not far from perfect, but I'm not just blasting ammo away into the dirt. There we go. There's the head and reset it. Not too shabby, although the pistol's disappointing, even trying to clear it.
I am frankly really glad that that was not a particularly physical match. In fact, it wasn't a physical match at all, because bringing a beast like a BAR out to a match like this will make any match a physical match. That was a lot of work. I did okay, not great. Then again, I'm essentially shooting a rifle that has another rifle hanging off the end of it in terms of weight. So the BAR, by the way, ran absolutely flawlessly. My shooting problems are me primarily having trouble seeing through this little teeny peep sight back here. That's the 1918A2 style of rear sight. I frankly had a lot higher expectations for the Tisas 1911. This is the 2nd time I brought it out to a match. The first time it, I think, as far as I can recall, it ran really nicely. This time it gave me a lot of problems. So who knows? We'll take a closer look at it, maybe tear it apart and see if there's anything inside that needs to be cleaned up a bit. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I am certainly ready to go get myself some lunch. So thanks for watching.